You are listening to Beauty in Hiding, Beauty in Flight, Book 2, written by Robin Patchen, narrated by Becky Doughty. Chapter 1. Of course it was raining, and not merely raining. Harper had been white-knuckling the steering wheel of her used VW Jetta through an absolute deluge since Rhode Island. Visibility had been practically non-existent on the interstate. After she'd exited onto the state highway that brought her to Nutfield, thanks to the lack of streetlights, visibility had been no farther than a few feet in front of her car. The constant swish-swish of the wipers was the only sound as she stopped at a T in the road. The area was deserted. Maybe that was normal in a little town for a Monday night at 8:30. She had no idea. She'd never lived anywhere this far off the beaten path. She consulted her phone to check the map, but her navigation software was trying and failing to figure out where she was. Shocking that a $50 pay-as-you-go phone from the convenience store didn't work properly. Fortunately, she'd studied the map enough at the last stop that she sort of knew where she was going. Sort of. She glanced at Red, the elderly man in her care. His eyes were wide with worry, and she didn't blame him. He'd had a very difficult few days. Both of them had, but they'd survived this long. She'd keep Red safe even if it killed her, which it very well might. She turned left and picked up speed. The car hit a puddle that had looked manageable, but water splashed against the windshield, momentarily blinding her. The wheels slid and she hit the brake. "Be careful!" Red shouted. By the time she got the car under control, her heart had wedged in her throat. She pulled into the breakdown lane, stopped, and rested her head against her hands on the steering wheel. They were okay. She hadn't careened off the side of this dark road and landed in a ditch. They were almost there. If she remembered correctly, the street they were looking for wasn't far. She glanced in the rear view, which revealed no headlights, and maneuvered back into the lane, driving slowly to peer at the street signs. And there it was. Thank God. She turned onto a street barely wide enough for 2 cars. The house they wanted was supposed to be the first on the left, but there were no houses anywhere. She'd driven about 200 yards and was about to give up when she saw a driveway. Harper checked the address on her phone, peered through the downpour at the mailbox, and
Sample complete. Ready to continue?